30 months down, yeah, the industry's been bruised, but we didn't fold, we tightened our screws, while others froze. We hacked the maze, now we're running the table in a brand new phase. You feel that thump, that's pressure to grow. Hirings, chaos, turnovers, a show. But we don't stall, we break the mold, rewrote, play playbook, stories told bold. This is the staffing playbook, unfiltered raw. Steven brings the grit, sharp as a claw. G-Money's got bars, rhythm and heat. She slaps with the insight, never offbeat. Tim's the compass, reads the signs. Precision moves, sharp minds aligned. And Richard, sparks fly when he speaks. No filler, no cap, just wins every week. Forget the fluff, we're past the pitch. We give you the code, no bait and switch. From forklifts to C-suite execs, we staff the trenches, we've earned respect. Strategy, hustle, leadership flex. We fix the mess, then place the best. Want real growth, we've cracked the map. This ain't just a podcast, this is your slap. So plug in, lean in and feel the sound. The playbook's open, let's slow it down. Let's get to work, it starts right now. This is the Staffing Bar.
Welcome back to the Staffing Playbook Pod. How you guys doing? Kim Henderson, Richard Rosner, the Staffing Shark.
Doing great. Ahead of 4th of July. It's awesome. Doing great.
Last day to work, man, right?
Yes.
Vacation time.
I know we lost you, Kim, for a quick minute when that intro went, so you probably didn't get to see your spot in there. It was
no, I did. I just heard the upbeat music. That music will get anybody going. I did not see my internet cut out, and I had to jump back in.
You have to check it out, Kim. It's badass. It's really good stuff.
Yeah, we had to do something special because we are putting something together that's very special today. We're doing a limited series with Kim, with Richard. We're going to be talking about staffing trends, staffing industry, what's going on right now, real time, and how you can respond and get ahead of these trends. We're not going to hold back. No bar. I mean, Richard, he's gonna give us real talk. Kim's the compass. She's going to keep us on track and aligned with the data and the facts. Genevieve, she is running late from another meeting. She may or may not be on here. She better be on here, Genevieve. We're missing you.
G-Money, where you at? Let's hurry up.
So we're gonna do this every couple weeks until Richard gets sick of me, or Kim gets sick of Richard, or Genevieve gets sick. It's all about Richard, right? Once we all get sick of him, then we'll cancel.
That's it, man. It's all about me, man. Just cancel the shark out, and I'll just be swimming away, brother.
Well, guys, this has been a busy news week in staffing, in the economy. What is going on out there, Richard?
Oh man, I tell you, there's so much big stuff. Let's just start off with the job boards, man. Officially dead or not, man? I mean, we knew in the last 10 days the big drop of Monster. You know what I mean, Steven? And I got to tell you, buddy, Monster came around in 1994, man. I was just like still in college, brothers. So, I mean, they are the OG of job boards back in the day. As much as we're going to as much as I'm going to hit them with some jabs right now, I just got to tell you, they were the OG, man. They're the ones that started all the digital connecting the candidates and clients together online. I mean, they are.
Sure, you remember them from in 1999 when they came on the scene?
Oh my God, I remember. I mean, come on, it was boom. It was in every magazine, and I got to tell you, whoever has that damn purple Monster, I want it, man, in my house.
Yeah, that's going to be worth money someday. That'll be worth some money, right? There's a collector's item.
It's interesting though. I have mad respect for Monster and Career Builder, right? These are the things that we kind of grew up on. And it's interesting though, for the last, 6 years, I've never even thought, again, nothing against Monster, but the last 6 years, I've never even had a thought of posting on Monster, right? It just wasn't a thing. I just didn't think about it.
It wasn't. Actually, they were going to be one of my sponsors, but I guess they're not going to sponsor anything for me now. But you know what's funny is, though, I got to tell you guys real quick. In 2004 is when Indeed was launched. Can you believe that? And Indeed, remember in the beginning, it was free. You could post for free and everything. Monster was still charging. Indeed was for 5 or 6 years, post for free. If you want to do a boost, we'll charge for it. They built this database, and they just killed. I hate to say it. Indeed just jabbed them and knocked them out. To be honest with you, straight up. And then ZipRecruiter came along, and then naturally it's LinkedIn now too.
Yeah. Well, they couldn't adapt. They didn't adapt and change, to go and answer to Indeed and answer to all the changing landscape out there.
Yeah.
You know something else they didn't have.
We keep
Steve-O.
losing Kim back and forth, but
Yeah, I don't know what's going
on.
on. I think she's on a boat somewhere. I think so. It's the waves
it's
are
working
taking her.
in your
Take me
favor.
with you. Kim, take me on the boat, please.
Richard, I was
need it.
talking to Dave Wilson the other day, and he was making fun of you that you kept being in the bottom right-hand corner on our last episode. And so look at you. You're in the top corner.
Dude, you got me on as the top. Look at that. For once, right? Might better take a
the last
screenshot of
time
this.
it's gonna happen.
Oh boy. But hey, you know what? Get back to Monster. Do you know that they never adapted to like the cell phone? Actually, to put the app on your phone. When you think of it, they didn't do that.
Oh, really?
No, they didn't. Nope. I did some research on it, and they said you failed to embrace with the shift to the mobile job search.
And so the thing is, 70% of like job seekers, they're actually applying through their cell phone. They're all
Everybody's
doing
on
it
it.
mobile.
Yeah. So
Yeah. I mean, I've got two. Okay, like I'm.
look at you. You
constantly-
got what is that? Is that a burner phone too? The other one?
No. I call it my disassociation phone.
Disassociation
Yeah,
phone.
like-
Okay, tell us more.
Oh, well, because especially with Steven, he's not an Apple user, and so I avidly am, especially being in marketing, all of that. So if I really want to ignore Steven, I am on this phone, and like only a few of my siblings have this number. Even I don't even think my dad has it. But if you have Apple, I can get all the messages. But that one I'll keep
Thank
on
you.
not
Thank you,
disturb,
Shark.
and then
Yeah,
I
it's
will
all
go.
about Galaxy, baby. That's all I can say.
So I think Comcast must be having a severe problem today. I can't seem to stay on.
Kim.
What boat are you on, Kim? You're going up and down.
Yeah, you're not at home.
Can't
You're
stay
out on
It
you're
just
out on
seems
the
like
boat.
it's cutting out.
All right, let me say it. All aboard, Kim. All aboard. So maybe you'll stay on now.
The squirrel at Comcast is taking a lunch break, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, guys, so Monster is out, right?
but no, they got bought out by JobGet. I did some
Mhm.
research. I don't even know who the hell JobGet is. I mean, is it
JobGet.
going to? I mean, they're going to try to revamp it. I'll be honest with you. To lift that from the grave, it's going to be tough, man. I mean, that database, they said they got millions of resumes. Half that stuff's probably dead. You know what I mean? I mean, it's,
The
30
thing
years
is,
old.
Indeed has probably about 4 or 5 million at least in their database,
mhm.
and they've adapted to
Okay,
mobile.
more.
And then on top of that, they put in pay transparency. There are so many different things when it comes to Indeed. And then on top of that, Indeed is probably one of the winners higher up within all the job boards because they enter in at an 11 cents cost per click. Because
Which is
I deal with
cheap.
job boards. And so ZipRecruiter, I want to say is 68 cents. That's a huge difference.
How's Zip? Is Zip even around anymore that much? Because
I love
that-
Zip.
what
I
about that
love Zip.
commercial? Remember that commercial back in the day, the bartender girl? It was on
Mhm.
every ad. It was like ZipRecruiter just marketed herself for like 2 years on the Super Bowl ads and everything. They were everywhere.
So here's the thing about ZipRecruiter, at least in recent years for me, is as a staffing firm, I found more companies, local companies on ZipRecruiter because the cost was lower than Indeed. I don't know if it's still the case now, but the cost was lower.
That
And so
changed in 2022.
2022, okay. So ZipRecruiter, listen up, lower your cost.
Lower your costs. And then Career Builder, where do they come in at? You know, Monster bought them. They combined
So-
together and they're just like the stepchild on the side. They're just hanging along.
So Career Builder, the thing with them, $44 per posting, all right, per month. Okay. Now, so if you decide to go and refresh your posting after, I don't know, day 14, you're still paying that $44. They do not prorate, they do not do anything. And in my previous company, who actually, our parent company owned, not ZipRecruiter, but Career Builder, we had to pay the premium. We didn't get a discount. And so it was actually highly discouraged because it increased our average CPA too much.
Mm.
Ooh, there you go. And how about Craigslist? You guys ever post on that? Remember that back in the day?
Actually,
That was good for
we
light
used to.
industrial.
We actually did when it came
Yeah.
to CDL, and we did get a decent amount. And I want to say it was like probably almost when it came to apps to hire, depending on the market. So especially in like certain markets like Texas and stuff like that, it was about 12% of our actual hires like of apps to hires when it comes to the conversion.
Good old
ratio.
Craigslist. Put the job fair out there. Remember that? Post a job fair. Come down and visit us on Craigslist because
Mhm.
everybody local was on that.
Exactly.
It was like a local flea market. I call it. Everything was there.
Do you know how many jobs I found? Like, especially when I was back in the day,
Oh,
bartending,
for
making
sales
drinks.
reps, it was great. You go there and you see one. And remember, it said at the bottom, no recruiters are allowed to like contact us. Remember that
Yeah.
Yeah.
at the bottom, and they would still contact them anyway. We didn't give two
Yeah,
shits.
that was a lie. It's
So-
a free market there.
So JobGet bought or acquired Monster / Career Builder, right, Richard?
Yes.
And from my understanding, they're a mobile first platform. They have a short form UI. And I'm curious, is this the template for the next generation? Before you answer that, are job boards going to be a thing of the past, or just are they going to be redefined and look different from how they are today?
They got to change. I got to tell you, there's got to be video on it. Indeed's got to up the game. I mean, I think when you have a job board and you put your resume out there, there should be a picture of you just like LinkedIn on there and stuff like that. I mean, we're all about the MTV world right now. I mean, I don't know what you think, G Money.
Well, so I actually think that's very interesting. And I can tell you on a job board basis with Indeed specifically, they're doing more featured jobs. Okay. And so with that, like Indeed enhanced jobs. Where's Jarrell? We should have invited him, but he's on vacation. He's our Indeed rep. He probably would love this conversation. We got to
Right.
send this video to him.
Or maybe
But so, I don't know. But so, like, with that being noted, they have different levels of platforms and different costs, but then you can get Indeed featured. And so here's the thing, all of your company branding, everything else is going into the actual job posting automatically, but you do have to spend a certain amount. And on top of that, you're getting 49% higher, at least with the numbers I've seen from them, 49% higher qualified applicants.
I love
And
how
when
say
they
that.
have Indeed enhanced sponsored jobs, those jobs are only being populated. So let's just say in light industrial, right? You needed a skilled, I don't know, journeyman electrician.
Yeah.
Those jobs would only be populated to these people rather than you having to go and create all these knockout questions. So it's only going to qualified people who have these certain certifications. Same thing with IT. Same thing in the medical field, like so, especially with like CNAs.
I think a job board, it's like a surfboard, man. It's expensive and a quick ride. It's not to save all. It isn't. And I think some people were like light industrial relied on, like it was all about Indeed, and that's it now. I mean, it's expensive. I'm not gonna lie. It's not cheap to like post anymore.
Well, it's not cheap to post, and candidates are a little shell shocked with job boards now because of all.
They don't get a
ghosting.
response back. They get nothing
right.
back.
All the
Well,
ghosting.
this is why you got to know the internal side of Indeed. You got to turn on the automatic, like, text message, right? It's like, oh, here's an automatic response. You got to make sure that you're paying attention to it.
Yeah.
And like, obviously, I love Indeed. However, diversifying your platforms, I think, is the smartest way to go. Now, a lot of people don't understand this, and I think it's one of those things I've even had to teach and coach our own team here in operations, that Indeed for every single job, I think this started July 21st, 2022. Okay, like these things start in my brain and stay there. Okay, they're like stored.
Yeah.
$25 minimum for job posting does not mean you have to spend a full $25 on that job. But let's just say you have $500 in a campaign bucket in the beginning of the month. You can post up to 20 jobs that day. But if one job goes over 26, then you're automatically going to lose sponsorship on one. And I think a lot of it is that people don't understand it. And like I've had good reps, I've had bad reps when it comes to it. And it's all about communication and transparency.
Exactly. And a lot of the reps want to push, I'm going to tell you straight up, that campaign shit, and back in the day, 3 years ago, that campaign was a joke. Seriously. It's like, do a campaign. I'm like, dude, you get like 10 more people really for that kind of money. And you just see your money just going dropping. It's like,
so there was
get
a
a good rep.
survey.
I think the morals get a good rep, right?
Yeah, no, it really is. And it's funny because my old rep for my previous company, I still have his text message. I'm like, hey, Matt, I miss you.
Well, you got two phones there. It's one or the other, right?
Oh, it's in both of them because he has an iPhone.
Whoa. Another jab.
burn,
Another
right?
jab.
Always. I do it every chance I can with Steven. But so it is one of those things. Like I still message him, and I messaged him when I first came over here. And then when I was told, oh, hey, indeed, you're voluntold, you're taking care of this. I was like, okay, cool. And so I went, I messaged Matt. I was like, hey, Matt, so I'm over here, blah, blah, blah. Can you please help connect me with the right person? And I had issues with the other reps until I got the right rep. And because the thing is, I worked with Indeed because they can be very consulting wise, but you got to get the right one.
You know what's funny is we should have a group just for Indeed. I even like all the groups I'm in. Everybody bitches about Indeed. I hate to say it at the end of the day. They're like, they're taking my money. No, seriously.
Right.
I mean, I wish Indeed would have something out there, just like a support, emotional group for all of us.
Okay. So I guess I got to connect you guys with the right people.
I guess so.
I've also had to go and chew out our Indeed rep.
G Money is all about Indeed too. I got to ask you, are you going to the big event? Indeed, what is it? Future Indeed or whatever it's called?
No, I wasn't invited.
Oh yeah, they got a in-person event.
I don't know. It doesn't sound exciting to me, but go ahead and invite me. I'll check it out.
You have to have a rep to get the code to go in person. So I guess we got to reach out to G Money here for everything.
Here I've got reps for days.
I'll send you guys the link on that, and maybe we'll all go. Who knows?
All right. So back to my question: are job boards dead? I don't think they're dead, but
not yet. But they're slowing down.
So there was a survey with BizJournals.com. 62% of Gen Z and millennials are frustrated about the hiring process, the ghost postings. I think it's more bottom funnel. I think there's more, happening on social, right? On LinkedIn,
100%.
There's more validating there, especially for companies that you're researching. You're checking out their social channels. You're looking at the pages of the employees, right? There's, I think we're living on social. It's like if I'm a company that's hiring and I'm using retargeting with Google and other platforms, it's like if I'm an applicant considering a job, and I'm on your page checking you out, now you're being fed into all my other feeds on Reddit and YouTube and Google, and that's a way to really
you're building a relationship there, guys.
Building relationships. Yeah.
Job boards, you're not building anything. You're just like at the store, like a Walmart, pulling something off the shelf and hoping it sticks. I mean, that's it.
And there's a whole issue when it comes to like ghost postings. Okay. And so I've heard horror
That's another
stories.
Subject. Ooh.
Oh, no, I've heard horror stories about ghost postings. Do you know why? Because companies for a while, because everyone was quiet. Remember the quiet resignation, quiet quitting. Okay. All of that. So what they were doing is going and putting up a bunch of different random job postings for specific roles and being like, well, I have this list of 285 applicants to replace you.
Wow.
So no,
your tactics there.
Yeah.
Okay. So you ready for this? I'm going to throw this out at you guys. It's the staffing firms too. I've caught 3 or 4 in the local area where they're just posting stuff up there. It's ghosts too.
No,
so you can collect that.
You're not wrong. Yeah.
Nope. No, it happens. I mean, and you know what? I hate to say it, but our industry, people say, oh, I would never, no staffing firm would ever do that. Dude, don't trust anybody. I've seen it all. There's dogs in every industry.
With our previous company, they did generic postings. And I'm like,
like a laborer, 18 to 20 bucks an hour. And that's it. Apply.
But it's like one of those things. Come on, people, if they are applying for a job, it's because they're looking for something else. They're looking for stability. They're looking for pay. They are looking for something. And that's giving them false hope. And I'm not okay with that. And that was one of the things I did away with. I was like, don't do that.
Thank you.
I would really rather not have a false advertisement, because guess what? At the end of the day, if someone goes in, like, let's just say you have 200 or 300 people apply to a role like that. You just gave how many people hope, and then you're never even going to bother to contact them.
It happens 24/7 in our industry. It happens all the time, G Money. That's why they come to me or Steve or you, and they're like, Shark, you're the last hope. I have 10 recruiters from big companies. They all ghosted me, And you know what else real quick is that what's that Quick Click or whatever? Does that still exist?
One click apply.
You can click for 30 jobs in one time. That's stupid.
No, don't do that. Okay. No. You're not going to be seen that way. Now there's a company called The Ladders, and now this is a paid for platform for applicants. Okay. But also job providers, companies, employers, they also have to pay. Now, this is for a higher premium and it's for higher level jobs that are like 100 plus K. Now, they have this whole thing where if you go, you do like your one-time application through them, you can use tokens, you can go put in your whole cover letter, you can go adjust, it will automatically adjust. And then, because the thing is, like, when I was looking for a job, I had better results from that than I did by having my resume on Indeed, LinkedIn. Like this was a much better platform for me because I could also go jump on there. I could go do the quick apply, right? Essentially, like read through the job posting because I already went and what do you think I did? I already filled out all those extra details. Now, if a company required additional details, guess what? I got an email. Then I would just go blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Right there. It was a much better platform. It is a paid for service. Like if you do it month to month, I want to say it was like $50, but if you do 6 months, it was like 180.
Oh man. And our brother out there, he just explained that reactive. I think if you're going to post like 5 jobs out there postings, the next day, damn well, you better be prepared for this and be like proactive, not just, oh my God, I got 300 applicants now. What am I supposed to do? It's like, dude, don't post it unless you're ready to call people and reach out. I mean, seriously, it's you post it, then you go on vacation for a week. I've seen that happen. It's like, really?
Listen, I'm going on vacation for a little over a week and a half, and
that's what I heard.
I work in marketing, so I'm like,
like still have one of your phones will be blown up. You know that, right?
Oh yeah, no, or I may just be like decline, turn off all notifications.
I'm gonna call you more than normal just to bug you on your vacation.
Oh, actually, if anything, you'll just make me look more important with my family. Oh, excuse me, sorry, I gotta go take a work.
I know, especially like at dinner time. You know, you're up there walking and pacing around while you have your relatives there. You're like, look at her. She's like.
Oh yeah, and my rental, like because I always get upgraded, it's like a BMW or something like that. It's for like the same price of like a Camry. So actually, please do that.
All right, we got to move into the next topic. There's a lot going on in the industry. Richard, you shared an article that talks about the salary raise math and the big stay beats the big leap, the myth behind that. There was a lot of data here that shows the average raise for employees who stayed at their job was 4.6% versus those who switched is 4.8%. So this was January and February of this year. So it's kind of neck and neck, right? After a decade where jumping the ship would pay more. ADP shared some insights where the median pay for those that stayed were 4.4% increase versus those that changed were 6.8%. So, that gap is getting smaller and smaller. So the idea of jumping from one job to the next to get more pay, that's starting to go away. Have you been seeing that?
100%. And here's why. I think it's GM or Ford, one of them, what they did, he found out that some of these laborers were working 2 jobs just to survive. So he gave them a bump raise there to keep everybody happy. And I think now these companies are saying, you know what, we're making enough profit here. Let's pull a little bit of our profit back and keep these people because onboarding is a son of a gun. We don't want to lose them because we'll be out there doing hiring events in the heat and the snow and everything like that, trying to get people. So I think big companies are finally catching on and saying, if we want to keep these peeps, we got to pay them.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. However, I did read something a couple of months ago. And so statistically for women, the more we jump, it's actually a much higher increase. For women.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. The more
denied, John Deb. Don't even think about it.
Oh, we'll have another.
She's ready to jump. That's why she's going on vacation, by the way. She's got opportunities up there.
That's right.
Oh no. I'm like, whatever.
I'm totally messing with you.
Oh no, but it is one of those things. Like for females, statistically speaking, it's one of those things. It's actually probably I want to say it was like closer to 8 or 9%.
Well, they always say the grass isn't greener on the other side. They always say that all the time. But here's what I got to say is a lot of recruiters are bad. They're getting the job seekers and they're like beating them down like, well, you're a job hopper. I'm going to tell you in the last 10 years, you have to be in survival mode. If you have 10 jobs, you know what that company did? Did they axe you? I mean, there's such the wave going in and out that if you have 10 jobs in 10 years, it really isn't bad anymore. I mean, you just
look,
I
love meeting with candidates that have 10 jobs in the last 3 or 4 years. Because I want to know, hey, what did you learn? Like that, you got exposure to 10 different companies, some similar positions, some different positions. Like, tell me what you learned throughout that entire experience and how are you going to apply that moving forward?
And also tell me who your HR is and should I work with them? There's
Yeah.
your lead generation for the week.
But it's like, but it also opens up conversations like, what was the root cause of you leaving? And if like I found it was actually just not being flexible with their schedule, you know, they're having car issues and daycare issues. And I'm like, that's fantastic. Not the issues, but hey, I've got a customer that is flexible. If you're looking for something flexible so you don't keep getting let go from job after job, I've got that for you. Versus like, oh, yeah, red flag, see ya.
No, because the thing is, though, here's what happens. We blame the candidate all the time. And for me, I'm sorry, 100% into the candidate. Unless you screw me over, I'm all about the peeps, you know, getting them jobs. So, you know what? All the jobs are like, well, they didn't want to work and all this. But when you really find out behind the scenes, 60% of the companies are in the wrong. I'm going to tell you straight up, or maybe higher. These candidates, all they want is respect and let us work, you know, and you know, the companies just want to beat you down. So they leave. What's wrong with that?
So sorry, shameless plug. Okay, if you go to youremploymentsolutions.com, there is an entire book on employee turnover. Because a lot of the time it's one of those things like, is it pay? No, it's not necessarily. Is it flexibility? Is it the schedule? Is it this? Is it that? And so there's a whole ebook that you all can go download for free at www.youremploymentsolutions.com. All right, turning the tide on turnover. Sorry,
and John wrote it.
I love that. That's it. And proceeds go to G Money.
Yeah, no, I actually had to write it. But that is a free resource that we do offer. Because the thing is, like, people, for myself, I know I love stability. People love stability, and we have the opportunity to provide stability in people's lives, and that's why it's like. I come from hospitality. I love people, right? This is why I've stuck in staffing. Somehow I got into staffing. It was an accident. Now it's like, I'm here to stay.
That's right.
Because of the people, because I've never lost that core purpose of why I'm doing this. Why I work the late nights. It's my why. It's because of the people, because we can genuinely impact people, whether it is a candidate or a smaller client or a bigger client, because we are impacting businesses, but most importantly, we are impacting people on a daily basis.
You never know.
I mean, if you're having a higher, just turnover, you need to go and reevaluate.
No, you need to look in the mirror and call yourself out, because it's going to probably be you. You know, at the end of the day, these people will eat out of your hands. If you give them a hug and a fist pump, they love that stuff. I proved it. And it's not because I'm a magical person, I'm the shark. It's because I treat everybody with respect. I love everybody. And that's what you got to do, peeps.
I am magical. Okay.
No bragging there.
No,
Jeez, there we go. This ocean's turning gold right now.
Because when I was playing restaurant, sorry, that's why I like to call it, but I was doing heavy-handed consulting and helping manage and everything. They did a whole survey and they actually went and asked, they're like, okay, how do you feel about management? How do you feel about this? How do you feel about that? Who do you think got the top scores on every single thing? And what do you think was the common theme?
Definitely not you.
Oh, it absolutely was me. Do you know what the
That's
common
why
theme
she's
was?
in this story, Steve. This story was all about her. You know that, right?
I know.
Do you know what the common theme was? Because they called me Lady G and Mama G, right? Treated me with respect.
Number one thing.
Number one thing.
And don't lie.
Treated me with respect.
And you know what, G Money, you hit that real on the header. Again, I'm going to say this real quick. I'm going to say over 75%, we'll throw this number out there. Recruiters don't respect their candidates. I'm going to tell you, they say they do, but they don't. They talk down to me because I see this all the time. Every time I call a candidate, they're like, dude, I am so glad I talked to you. The last 7 recruiters, they say this over and over again. They're like, you make me happy. Everybody else just talked down to me and said, you better take this job and all this and this. They're trying to be a teacher. And this is why people are not showing up for work and everything, because I could solve this for you. Probably G Money and Steve can too. It's simple, guys. It's so simple. Just be kind and humble to them. They'll tell you everything.
Golden rule.
But we don't do it.
Others the way
we
you
don't
want to be treated. No, I do it. But in general, the industry does not do it. They
Doesn't.
just
It
turn and
doesn't at all.
burn, turn and burn. Okay, it's like, hey, what are our KPIs? How many hours do you have to be on the phone? How many
KPI.
people do you need to talk to? No, you need to actually go and build those genuine relationships. You need to treat people with respect, okay? Because that's how I was able, when I was running a 360 desk, that's how I assigned clients that other people couldn't sign. That is how I got people in jobs that they actually wanted and stuck with. Okay. And then if they had an issue or they're like, okay, I literally would show up with like a bagel and a cup of coffee on their first day, and I'd be there waiting like 20 minutes early, and I would walk them through to the
Yeah.
doors and get them through the entire thing. Like that is a sign of respect.
So you walked
Yeah.
them. You walked them through. Well, I used to
And
give my
if
I used to be in the
couldn't,
parking lot and I
take
give him
a-
fist
I would
pump
take a
and
video.
I give him an energy drink. I have it, and I hug him like, go in here and get that interview. Come on, dog. They go in like this with a
that's so
swag,
cool.
and they come out and got it. I'm like, that's all it takes.
I
You
love
know
that,
what?
man.
The
I
recruiter
love
says, "Well,
that.
I don't have the time because I have to be on the phone." You guys are missing the beat. You know.
You missed
I was at this one staffing firm. I got to tell you real quick. And when I walked in, before I came in there, like recruiter rescue and start yelling at him like Hell's Kitchen, they said 3 minutes is all I want you on the phone with each candidate. 3 freaking minutes? What can you get done in 3 minutes?
You can't.
Nothing.
Nothing.
You can get a name and a date of birth. Okay.
Yeah.
For, at least where I came from, it was like, if you get a good candidate, minimum time, 45 minutes. Take
Yeah.
that time.
Of course.
Yeah.
Build
So
a
it was
rapport.
either number of dials or the phone time.
Quality over quantity.
Mhm.
But that's what our industry's about. It's like, dialing for numbers. That's what they say.
Well,
dialing for
that's
dollars,
changing.
right?
The industry's
Smile and
shifting.
It's totally
dial, smile
changed.
and
Yeah, it's-
dial.
So let's talk a little bit more about the industry. What's happening right now? The ASA Staffing Index
Mhm.
is holding at an 85, and we've got a 4-week average of about 84, which is 5.6% below a year ago.
Mhm.
This is really interesting. We have a decline from this year over last year. Last year was really rough, right? It's just we're starting to see a little bit improvement, but then you had some job losses in temporary labor, over 20,000 jobs in May. I don't know what we're going to see here in June. I think that gets released today or tomorrow. But we're not. We used to always be aligned with GDP. GDP goes up, staffing goes up. GDP goes down, staffing goes down. We could always follow that trend, but that trend has not been holding true anymore.
It hasn't been holding true, and it hasn't been holding favorable. And a lot of things changed during COVID. And I think that is when the key indicator of things separating happened.
Yeah.
Personally
Well, you also
speaking.
got to think we had a new president come in. Anytime a new president comes in, it takes about a year to get, customized to what's going on with
True.
you, because every time we've had a president, I'll talk about politics, we script whoever comes in does the total opposite we did 4 years ago. So it's like, we're trying to wipe it away.
But you also got to keep in mind, we've only had a new president in office for 6 months, and we're in a 31 or 32 month decline.
Yeah,
in
about
staffing.
32 months. Yeah.
So this is where I think certain things start to happen, and there was the trickle down effect.
Well, there is also, can I say the famous 2-letter word, AI? I mean,
Mhm.
the AI world is affecting everything. It's affecting recruiting. It's affecting everything in life. So
Mhm.
is that taking some people's jobs? Of course it is. Is it going to take the recruiters' jobs? No, you always have a job if you're good at it. That's the bottom line.
Yeah, but here's the thing about AI. I think I'm glad you brought it up. We talk about AI a lot, and it gets exhausting because there's always this new AI thing out there. And
As
I
we're
fall
looking on our
for
phone now, it says AI.
Yeah.
How many things are you wearing on your wrist today?
too.
You have a
See?
bracelet too, ankle bracelet too. Come
Yeah,
on.
that's coming next.
Yeah,
But-
his wife is going to give him that one to know where he
Is
goes.
that from the feds? I don't know. We'll see.
I might wear my Meta AI glasses next week. But no, seriously,
You better make me sign a contract or not wear those.
yeah, it's a little bit dystopia there. So
Unsubscribe, swipe left, hard pass.
it's not like we've got to really get clear as an industry on how to use AI, because the customers of staffing, they are also following the trends. They're adopting AI tools. They're typically behind us in this adoption. Like, we've seen this crazy adoption in the staffing space where we're always slow to adopt new technology. Like, remember when MSPs and VMSs came out and we're like, whoa, we're not touching that.
Mhm.
Job boards, we were freaked out about that because clients can now post their own jobs. But actually, it helped staffing firms grow and reach more candidates. But with AI tools, it's going to be seamless to recruit, to find talent and onboard talent and make it a great just experience from a mobile app, right? Or some other AI device. But like if our clients start doing that, why do they need staffing firms to hire for them if they can do it on their own? And it's just the ease is just there now, and it doesn't take as much time as it takes right now.
I'm just going to put one thing out there before you answer, Shark. Okay.
All right, go for it.
According to Elwood, it takes 37 hours to hire one associate.
Yeah, right.
How much time can AI remove from that? Because
think
there's
a lot.
also the personal touch of where you have to communicate. You got to
Mhm.
figure out things. AI, it can only do so much. So what we may be able to remove about 5 hours. So just before you answer, mull it over.
I want to answer too. Go ahead, Richard.
All right, so here's my take on it. What I have an AI company too, so I'm all about AI. The Shark's all in on this. It's going to save time. I got 4 AI agents right now sourcing for me, doing content, everything like that. Then I put my human touch on it, So that human connection is never going to leave. I keep telling people all the time that human interaction's never going to leave. Gen Zs, trust me, that's my peeps right now. I love them all. They want to talk to us on the phone or in person. And so that phobia of saying, oh, AI is all what Gen Zs want. No, they're going to adapt to that, but they still want that human. We still have to get on the freaking phone and talk to somebody. And I'm going to tell you what, these apps where you just like go in like an Uber app and you sign up for a job and just show up, it doesn't work. I'm going to tell you straight up, because if nobody's on the phone holding you accountable, these job seekers are going to click 5 jobs and never show up, because these companies are trying to sell this app where it's like, oh, you don't have to talk to anybody. They can just flexibility. They apply for a job, they get it, and they show up.
I've seen companies go and try to, oh my goodness, invest billions, right? And then they fail to scale because
Yep.
there's no human interaction.
So
Well, the thing is, though, we've been pushed down with all this technology G money right now. It's like if you get on any platform, everybody has a technology for staffing. It's faster. We can get you quicker candidates, 10 times more than you had before. All these freaking numbers. Well, how come every staffing firm is not rocking out then? If they got all this, seriously, I say that. You got all this turbo that's going in your tech stack, but you still don't get your numbers.
Yep.
I'm thinking, what's going on here? Huh?
No,
right.
seriously. All right, Steven.
Like,
Here's my
Google
take.
it.
Okay.
Steven's like,
Yeah.
can I speak?
We need Kim here because she's our compass. She keeps us with the data and the facts. But Kim, sorry we lost you. I hope you come back. But here's the thing. So there was a Take the Stage, Haley Marketing. There was an episode a couple of days ago. Fantastic interview about the storm that we're in. And one of the things they talked about with this, so there's companies using AI agents, AI voice to do initial phone screening. So you apply for a job and you get a text saying, "Thank you, Richard, for applying. We're excited to meet with you. Please call this number. You can talk to somebody 24/7. It's an AI agent for initial phone screening. And then we'll get you connected and scheduled with a recruiter after that." And so you call that number and it's very conversational, 112 different languages. You can switch from one language to the next, and there's no interruption. And so you have the model all pre-built out. So to ask the right things, you give it parameters, and you start screening these applicants. And listening to the Haley Marketing Take the Stage, I forget the gentleman's name, so I apologize. So it's hit my tongue, but he said that they're seeing their candidates stay on 62% longer with the AI agent than a real recruiter. So they're actually embracing the technology because
100%.
they know what is being told to them has been programmed. So they're getting some real data and facts about the job. And so they're spending more time with the AI agent rather than a real recruiter. And I
love voice AI. Do you guys use voice AI? I use it right now.
We're working on it.
Yes, it's incredible. Let me know what companies you want to. I'll give you a Shark discount if you just seriously, I will. I always get discounts for everybody. That's what I do. I love everybody. All joking aside, I work with 2 right now. I won't mention their names on TV here because they didn't give us any funding yet. But all joking aside, there it is with the sponsorship.
Wink, wink, nod, nod.
Wink, 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 wink. But no, all joking aside, when you get on it, here's what's great about voice AI. There's no emotion in it. I mean, they have the happiness, but they're never sad. They're never putting you down. They even say sometimes they're always in a good mood. Every call is about the same. It's bringing you closer to the human person. And are you qualified?
And that's it. That's it.
A
right
human
there.
person on a phone sourcing, people, we hate sourcing. We know that. Who wants to make 100 phone calls? Hi, looking for a job? Click, click. And then by 3 o'clock, we're hungry, we're angry, and everything like that. This voice AI thing is a game changer. And it could be at 2 o'clock in the morning too, G Money. So if I can't sleep after I watch Netflix or Dateline and I'm all up in the air, I can get on there, apply for a job. Voice AI comes on at 3 o'clock in the morning. I get up as a recruiter at 7 o'clock. I got 5 scripts of the voice and also the script. Boom, there I go. I can call them and say, hey, you qualify, let's go.
Well, we get 1,000 calls a week of people just to the branch, right? Going, hey, what jobs do you have, right? They're not looking online. They're just a quick call. Hey, what jobs you have? Well, now you have an AI that can take care of that really well, probably better than our recruiters because they have all the information at their fingertips and they're not having a bad day. They're always happy, like you mentioned, Richard. And then you and I, as recruiters, real people, can have more time to have genuine conversations with our associates, with our clients. Like, it just frees up more time for real human interaction.
I mean, also, here's the benefit of it. Scheduling, okay? Because trying to schedule to get a call versus doing a cold call of like, this isn't a good time. Do you know how many times I like had to go and take a call at like 11 p.m. because that's when someone who was a really good qualified candidate for something, especially when I was doing IT staffing, that's when they were available. And yeah, I would have to be at the office at like 7:30 in the morning.
Well, imagine this.
Gives power and scheduling issues and power to the actual candidate, because the thing is, like, here, the average candidate is going to look at the first 4 lines or spend about 14 seconds on your job posting.
Yep.
You have to capture their attention. Okay. You have to capture their attention and hook them in before they scroll.
And you ready for this?
If you have a tool where it's available for them to go and talk to someone, or an AI tool. Oops, sorry, feedback.
It's all them phones.
You have that. No, it's the microphone.
It's that. Hey, it's that Steven. It's that iPhone. You know,
it's
not compatible with the podcast.
See, look, no, it doesn't do anything.
I heard something else. No, I'm just
no.
Okay, so something else about voice AI before I forget.
But it's
how about scrubbing your database? How about scrubbing your database? You have 8,000 candidates there, or 30,000. That voice AI will scrub that within 3 weeks and tell you who's active and who's not, bad phone number and all that. Is that amazing?
That is amazing.
Yeah,
there's so many use cases. Like you can have your big manufacturer. You have that line, right, where you call to say you can't make it that day, right? Now it's an AI agent taking that, transcribing it, forwarding it to the line lead or the supervisor, right? And that AI could be like, oh, by the way, John Bia, this is your 3rd occurrence. So as a reminder of our policy, like, this is your last strike, whatever, right? It's super helpful. And it frees up time for us to have real conversations with our people.
Exactly. And that's what the whole thing about genuine connection, that whole human part. But there's a weird balance that we're going through, and we are adapting to AI, right?
Yeah, there's lots of privacy concerns. There's also, could you program the AI to be prejudiced, right? So there's going to be lots of regulation around this.
Discrimination still and stuff like that. But you know what? I got to tell you, and real quick off subject, AI gets a bash now. This is, they discriminate if it's a male, female, age, or whatever like that. I'm going to tell you, when you're in person, we all are biased. I hate to say it at the end of the day. Yeah. We decide because they're, what they look like or something like that? We say we don't. But we're human. It is what it is. I mean, at the end of the day.
Clearly, you never lived in New York City.
I did.
We'll get back to that another day. No, but here's the thing. It's like, at the end of the day, it's like, okay, train your AI to not be prejudiced.
Yes,
right?
You can put that in there. Yep.
And just, the thing is, cold, hard facts, friendly, warm, welcoming. But also, you got to train your recruiters the right way. Okay, because I was trained at one point in time. It's like, you need to ask within the first 3 questions if they have an H-1B visa or not.
Of course, yeah.
And the thing is, it's like, oh, sorry, I don't have this opportunity for you. Although we had contracts and runners as well, and some companies would go and accept that because I was focused on doing perm placements. But you already built that, hey, or hi, how are you relationship.
You know what, and real quick, and we're going to go to next. I know Steve wants a roll here, but it's like your conversation is your tone. like you're a radio host, up and down. That's how I go, up and down. And then they can feel the vibrant, from the phone, they can feel the vibe that you're giving them. Am I right, G Money?
Yeah.
If you're on the phone, says, hi, I got a job. I mean, like they're like, oh, this person's pissed off and depressed, hates their job. Why would I want to work for them?
Yeah. No, here. Hi, my name is Genevieve. How are you today? Oh my goodness.
They're like, oh,
Oh, fabulous. Oh, are you enjoying the weather here in Charlotte, North
would you
Carolina?
like a
Oh,
small
my
appointment
goodness.
and a
Oh,
job?
it's so humid. Oh, how's your garden going? And so, like, just build some rapport with people. And so, my question is, do either of you think that you can go and get AI to start to build more rapport
Yes.
for a staffing company in a genuine human manner before you get a human on the phone?
I'm going to say yes. You want to know why? Because the other night, I won't tell you what I was talking to ChatGPT about, but when it gave me an answer, I'm like, I feel seen. Like you see me.
Is it something that you and I talked about before?
I don't know. I can't remember, but
All right,
it was
well,
great.
This is R-rated now. This is R-rated. So all kids, please get off.
No,
No.
but I felt seen.
Personal.
And I know I'm not, it doesn't see me. It's just learning more about me every day that I interact with it. But that was a cool moment for me.
What's
Also really
funny
scary.
is, Steve, you're programming it. Don't do prompts anymore. What you're doing right now, you're programming your custom AI agent to think like you, what you want it to be. So can you imagine having 10 of them, just feed them different things? 10
Steves running around. That's a scary
Oh,
idea.
unsubscribe. That's
you could even
awful.
do one for travel. G Money could have an agent up there telling her everything she wants to do up there while she's there. I mean, she knows where she's
I've
going.
got other people doing it.
Well, that's when you have royalty like you. I mean, come on now. Me and Steve are still doing
sent
the
two
max with the
messages.
yellow highliner.
No, I sent 2 text messages. Oh, because they all have iPhones.
All right. So Richard, bring up the next topic.
All right, next one, open to work banner. Let's get that down real quick here from
no.
LinkedIn. Oh, OMG. Okay, so G Money, before you even say anything, I'm going to jump in real quick here. I've been on 4 conversations on LinkedIn in the last week, and I kind of had to scold them, and everybody was supporting me. These people that have jobs, not going to mention their names, are saying that you need to get rid of that banner because it looks bad. It says, only desperate people are looking for a job with that banner. It's a red flag in experience. Timeout. You already have a job, so you're going to explain to these people that are desperate and need to pay their bills how to present themselves? Time out. No, you're not. So here's what the facts are. You know what? At the end of the day, put the banner. If you feel comfortable, put that banner on. Hell, make a T-shirt that says "Open to Work," with a QR code on the back, and wear it to the gym and say "Scam me. I need a job."
Get
a
billboard.
Be transparent.
That's
what we have to be.
Hire me. It would be better if it said "hire me" with the QR code.
Mine says "Scan the shark." So different jobs I have. But all joking aside, this is what I've seen. A lot of the experts out there are giving negative advice, and it's something else on LinkedIn we could talk about sometime other. That there's so much negativity on LinkedIn now. Everybody's saying, "I wish it would be like this and this." Do not give job seekers the wrong advice. At the end of the day, that open to work banner was put on there for a reason. It was put on. Yes, are you going to blend in? Do you still have to do other work? But yeah, it still can be seen at times. So go for it.
Okay. I have a girlfriend who went and put on the open to work banner, and within about 40 minutes, she was spammed by bots.
Yes, I remember that.
Mhm.
They were reposting her open to
by
work.
almost 100,
Yeah.
like within 40 minutes. Okay.
Yeah. So LinkedIn needs to fix that.
And so
Well, did they
that's
fix
an
that
error.
lately? I mean, I think
No,
they were
they
trying.
have not fixed that. And so the thing is, there are different tools and mechanisms in LinkedIn where recruiters can find you, right? To click that off. So that's point number 1. Point number 2, especially if you come from a large company that was just laid off, there are people that do have that negative stigmatism, right? Of like, oh no, they're like, oh, the weakest links and stuff. Like, no, actually, these were some really incredibly talented people who they were reaching out to people within their network, and they had that on there. And guess what? They were denied. And then 3, sorry, I like devil's advocate. I'm a Libra. Okay.
No, that's okay. This
one way or
Aries is like,
another.
hey, I'm thinking positive. Hey, I like a back and forth battle. Let's do it.
Number 3, if you are at a current job, right, and you put open to work, that puts a target on your back. And I've seen people be,
oh yeah, you can't do that. No, that's
and so that's where I like put it out there. But
But
like,
don't rely on it. It's just like a safety net. That's
yeah,
all it is.
I don't even think of it as a safety net. There are other tools and mechanisms if you go into your settings onto LinkedIn where people and recruiters can go and find you.
Mhm.
Okay. There are other tools out there, especially on LinkedIn, but other different job boards. Because I've seen, because I was laid off once upon a time, you know, it wasn't because of performance.
So you know what? At the end of
And
the day, I think
so, and
it's
I
up to
did
you
not,
pretty much.
and
Whatever.
I did not put it on there, and the people, and I found a job much faster than the people who did put that on there.
I think it's a mix of each one. I've seen success
Yeah.
on both ends on that. I think at the end of the day, people saying don't do it. I just say at the end of the day, whatever your gut feeling is, do it. You know,
Yeah.
and take it on, maybe put it on for a
Mhm.
while and then take it off, up and
Mhm.
down. You know, you can play with that. I mean, it's not
Definitely go
permanent.
and change all the options. Definitely. If you're open to work, go click the buttons. Now the photo, just that's the thing, that's a personal preference. Just for myself, no. I personally no.
Yeah, I
Although
think it.
here, hey Steven, should I go put open to work on mine?
Yeah,
Mm.
we'll see about that. No, I think
Listen,
it's your circumstance, right? It's going to be
Yeah.
unique, so you have to make a decision on what's best for
Mhm.
you. There is a stigma out there, good or bad. I think when you see a large organization lay off 100 people, 500, 1,000 people, like there's actually a community when you do that. Like there's actually more support around you. People are reposting it and like, hey, this was my colleague. She's great to work with. Like, you know,
Mhm.
so there you can actually
LinkedIn
rally a community around
recommendation.
your open to work badge, which I think is phenomenal. And that's how it should work. But yeah, if you're, some recruiters will see you're open to work, and the first question is why were you let go, right?
Exactly. It opens
And
up the door. Am I right?
yep,
I
yep,
mean, it can't hurt. At the
I
end of the
mean,
day, I think so many of us are, we're going to talk about bias. I think LinkedIn, a lot of us are biased on LinkedIn, not myself, but they're judging people. Why judge that person?
and
You don't
so
know what they
let's
went
just say
through.
it's a mom who, okay, let's just say hypothetically, my sister, she has 4 boys,
Yeah.
she's
God
got a
bless her.
degree, I know, I have no idea how she does it. But like,
Can't take care of
she
myself
was a
besides 4
housewife, but
kids.
she also ran her own company for a while, but then quit doing that, and like just for giggles, she was like, I'm gonna wait tables or something. But if she wouldn't put that up, yeah, no, okay, sure, fine. That
yep.
it's like, oh, here, no, blah, 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 blah. But
You-
this is where you got to make sure your header and your title, it's like, here, blank, 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 blank. Be super specific about what you're looking for and really optimizing your LinkedIn profile. Okay.
Rich-
You've got to optimize it, and you got to go into your settings. You've got to adjust it for anything and everything, because there's certain benefits of that banner. But with a lot of the mass layoffs, and what Allstate just did a huge mass layoff recently. Okay. I know other companies that have done it.
Yep.
Isn't
Um,
Allstate, you're in good hands with Allstate? Is that thing?
Yeah.
apparently
Well,
not for my neighbor.
You're in good hands.
So look, LinkedIn is a social network. So it's not just about putting that
Mhm.
badge on your photo. It's telling a story with that post, right? To
Yes,
capture
exactly right.
attention. And I think a lot of people miss that. Is you've got to make that badge a post with a story. Tell your story.
100%. Yes, that's what it's all about. It's setting you up for. LinkedIn would not put that out there just for just decorations.
Like-
It's there for a purpose.
Well, let's just say, like for me, I went from like hospitality, running my own company, and it's like, oh, got my marketing degree, the expensive piece of paper up on the side of the wall. But it's like, oh, here, open to work, because I was looking to change and shift careers.
Mhm.
Like, I think it's really good for that, or people who are looking to re-enter the job market. But I think a lot of the negative stigmatism is coming from all the mass layoffs due to the economy.
Yeah.
And that's where it's like, adjust your settings. Like Steven said, go put in a story, be authentic. Okay. Be authentic, be real.
Yep.
Be real, and also network. I think at the end of the day, because applying for a job on LinkedIn, we've seen it. 10,000 people apply for one job. If there's a job 50,000 and under, you'll probably get any job you want. But anything over $50,000 now is like just $100,000 job. People's like just 10,000 people are applying for that. You're just in the lust with everybody else.
For me personally, I like to look for 20 or less applicants.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mhm.
All right.
No, I'm
We're coming
serious.
up. We're coming up on time, guys. Richard, one more lightning topic.
Okay, real quick. I think the one is job seekers don't give up job searching in the summertime. I'm going to tell you. And the reason why I say this, I did some research. New budget cycles are coming in the summertime, less competition. A lot of people take the summer off and think that it's slow. But guess what? You could be that one applicant that apply. And then when they hire in the fall or whenever, the next couple of months, you're the first one in the door. Go for it. There is people on vacation, but some of these CEOs, they're sitting at a desk by themselves sometimes. They would love to talk to you. So there's no downtime in the summertime. Job seekers, start swimming. Throw that stuff out there.
And it's
Because
mid,
a
it's
lot of people
mid-year.
start applying like during December and January. That's always
know.
been the stigmatism. However, if you want to go and swap careers, because I've actually had better success in the summer.
Yep. Well, it's
love
because it's mid-year, so companies are still, they've got their forecasts, their budgets, they've got all the key positions that they for their budgets, and so when they lose somebody, it's like we need someone quickly to fill that role if we're going to hit our projections, right, and our goals, our business goals. And so, yeah, you're right, Richard. It is a great time in the summer, mid-June, July, to make your
And
move.
to have a communication, a conversation. People in the summertime are chill. They're relaxed more than the holidays. You could open up and talk to somebody and they can just BS with you. I don't know about you, but like summertime, I'm just like chilling. I have fun with it. It's nice weather. What the hell?
Yeah.
Oh, trust me. Do you think I want to be inside right now? I want to be
No.
outside in my garden. I want to be working on my tan. No.
I'm ready to take a nap.
No, but I've got to go and say, I do agree with you on this. There's less competition. And for a few jobs that I have taken and actually gotten the most when I was applying to jobs, everything else, it all came during the summertime.
Yeah.
So if you are a job seeker, you are looking for work, do not give up. Okay, the summertime, optimize it because other people are going to be lazy.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
Yes, and when
take
school
advantage
goes
of the
back
less
in-
competition. Budgets are still available, and like Steve said, forecasting is
Yep.
still there.
All right. Well, guys, this was a lot of fun. We're so sorry Kim had technical issues. We're going to bring her
Kim,
back
we
on
miss
next
you.
time.
Kim, where are
She
you?
just sent an email. She's like, should I join again? Kim, we miss you. We're going to have you back. And if you guys appreciate this staffing talking about what's going on right now, real time in the industry, give us that thumbs up, leave a comment. Richard, where do people find you? You've got your LinkedIn page, you've got your podcast, your daily stream. You've got another staffing sales summer boot camp that's coming up. Why don't you talk a little bit about that?
Oh yeah, I believe it's next Wednesday. So if you guys get a chance, check on my site there. You'll see the postings for that. It's free. SOW, statement of work. I mean, me and Kim Henderson is going to be crushing it down there. So we had 141 people in the last session. So summer school, come out with your drink, flip flops, and enjoy 1 hour with us and learn how to sell. I mean, it's going to be awesome. We're going to have a lot of good takes on that. One last thing before we go. Don't kill me on this, but the big, what I call it, the beautiful bill. Can I say this real quick?
BBB.
Oh, goodness.
Something that concerning, just let you know, I realized that the WOTC, the WOTC, expires December
WOTC.
31st. So, and we all love our WOTC credits. So, at the end of the day, just be careful and keep watching the news about that bill because it's not in there. So, cross your fingers. We get something done for that.
Yeah.
Call
All
your
right, well,
local
that-
representatives.
Woo woo! Yes.
Well, on that note,
Look at this.
Appreciate everybody tuning in.
Happy
Happy
4th.
4th of July.
Happy 4th of July.
What are you doing this 4th of July, guys?
Fireworks, cookouts.
Yeah,
Beers, brats, and
I'm going to be in
Yeah.
the
Big
birthplace of America, first of all.
This is what it's all about, my
Mm.
friends.
Boston. Okay. I'm going to be in the birthplace of America.
Woo! You're gonna have a little
And-
Boston lager, little Boston.
look at
lager.
Richard
Nah,
here. with
I
his
can't do
glasses
the
and his
Boston
flag.
lager. Can't do the Boston
4th of
lager.
July kicks off right now.
Oh, yeah. Right?
Okay, well, have a great weekend, everybody, and we'll see you next week. Thanks for tuning into the Staffing Playbook. Thank you, Richard. Thank you, Kim. We'll see you guys next time.
Happy 4th, everybody. Take care.
Hey, thanks for watching today's episode. This episode is sponsored by Staffing Referrals. We have relied on staffing referrals for years to turn satisfied associates into brand ambassadors, keeping quality talent coming in and lift retention. See what it can do for you at staffingreferrals.com or click on the link in the description. Thanks for watching.